And the next question is that to understand everything that's happening, one must still place events within a certain context. And I'll tell you what that context is right now. We don't have much time. What's happening with Armenia today, which is closer to your question about the referendum, lies within a context that is very clear to me: Brexit. What Pashinyan is offering Armenia is what Johnson offered Great Britain, with all due adjustments for the differences and everything. The point is that Armenia is de facto a member of a certain economic union, and there are pros and cons to that membership. It often happens that at a certain stage, one part of the elite or another sees in such membership only the downsides, for example, and fails to notice the upsides. Sometimes it's the other way around. Now, Great Britain went through Brexit, and we understand that it had to pay a rather heavy price for it, and the scale of that price became clear just now, 10 years later. That is, it's clear that an unspoken consensus among the British elites is that it was a big mistake. But fortunately, the European Union, in its attempts to keep Great Britain, and those attempts were made, they really tried to reach an agreement until the very end. It didn't try to cross the English Channel using military force. And so now, well, yes, Britain is in a difficult position. Hopes for a quick trade deal with the United States didn't pan out. Hopes for integration, fast integration with Asia, didn't pan out. The losses from no longer being a part of the European market turned out to be significantly greater. But as for Armenia now, well, that's the price of the issue. Why? Because the flip side was the desire to be independent of the European bureaucracy. They achieved that. There you go, completely independent. And Armenia now, you have to understand, is carrying out its own arm exit, you see? It is exiting certain conditions that were both bad from a political standpoint and in some ways comfortable. Accordingly, the question is whether Armenia is ready to weigh everything soberly and pay this price. If it is ready, then yes, it should go ahead. If it's not ready, it needs to think. In this sense, despite the fact that I am, in principle, an opponent of referendums as a form of making any political decisions at all, this is I've kind of thought it over, and I'll say that this proposal isn't without a certain logic. This is too radical, too important a question for Armenia's future. That is, which system it chooses, to just leave it hanging in the air. And the proposal that came from Astana, in a way, it's not without merit.